Zayin Amid Aleph. Okay, we're at the dot. Just to review outside, we need to know one din, which is two dinim. If I have avir, air space between my schach and the wall, 3 tfachim pasels. If I have schach pasel between my schach and my wall, whatever it is, dalet amos. Those are the din. Now the question that we have to think about, and today we're going to delve into, is the one big why. What's going on here? Airspace pasels with 3 tfachim, schach pasel dalet amos, and we know a little bit. We know something called daifen akuma, which helps, and we know something called maybe lavud. But where do these things, merge? Let's go. Amar Rabba. We're about 15 lines down. The first one line is who? At the dot, if you have a dot in your Gemara. Amar Rabba, shkechin to the Rabbanan to be Rav. I found the Rabbanan in the yeshiva of Rav Dias. They were sitting with Kamri, and they were saying the name of Rav. Avir, if you have airspace, paisel b'shleisha. Avir, wait, I think I have a picture on this side. Yeah, it's a good picture. You can have a picture in a moment. Avir, paisel b'shleisha. Schach pasel, paisel be'arba'a. Now this is, I'm just going to admit the hardest part of the Gemara. Arba'a is tfachim. The Israelis got this. Us Americans don't have a chance. Arba is amos. So when the Mishnah said arba, it's amos. When the Gemara is saying arba, it's tfachim. Okay, that's just time. In reading, we have to know that. Good. So said in the name of Rav, airspace passes with 3. Schach passes with 4 tfachim. That's what Rav said. Clearly not like your Mishnah. Good. Va'amina luhu ano. And I said to them, Avir de paisel b'shleisha. Airspace passes with 3 tfachim and aluchu. Where do you know it from? If you're going to tell me it's from our Mishnah, Itinan, that our Mishnah says what? Here, then what? Guess what? The Mishnah also said, Schach basal nami, loy lifsol ella, be'arba amos. Schach basal pasal 4 amos. Ditinan, as the Mishnah said. Period. So that's the kasha. Again,
it's funny he's quoting this part of the Mishnah.
Yeah.
Really, it's the.
It said straight. No, but all 3 of them are similar. No, but all 3 of them are the same.
That's the schach pasuk.
But they're all the same. You saw that it's dalet amos. So even the bias is dalet amos. Seems like
he should have quoted that.
So again, let's just get, if we build, this should be simple. The Mishnah said, Avir pasels 3 tfachim, schach pasel 4 amos. Rav was quoted as saying, schach pasels with 4 tfachim. Ask the Gemara, what's your makar? If your makar is the Mishnah, that's where you learned that Avir airspace pasels 3 tfachim. Guess what? The Mishnah also says that schach pasel 4 amos. So what are you talking about?
Can't just pick and choose.
Ve'amru li and amru, they, another one of those things that us Americans always have a hard time with. Amru is in the plural, it's always quoting the yeshiva. Ve'amru li, and they said to me, who's they? The Talmidim of Rav, yeah. Bar minadahi. Except that one. Interesting. Why? The Rav, we'll see in a second. Meaning, except that one, meaning, don't bring me a question from the Mishnah. The Rav Shmuel Amri Tervayu. Both Rav and Shmuel said, Mishum Daifen Akuma Naguba. The Mishnah is a din of Daifen Akuma. Period. So what do we see here? We see something fascinating. When are we going to allow Schach Pasol? Very good. Schach pasel to pasel. If you look at your pictures, they actually say this very easily. Sometimes they, again, in mine it's pictures. You have one over here? Yeah. Look at picture 121 at the bottom of the page. You see over there that they show you schach pasel with 4 tvachim. Where? In the middle of the sukkah. So now we learned a third din. Now we have 3 dinim and everything fits beautifully. Meaning, when does avir pasel 3 tvachim? Why, what, here, and when? That we don't know yet, but 3 tvachim. When you have pasel schach, how much is it pasel? Well, you have to ask another question. Is it on the side or is it in the middle? If the schach puzzles on the side, then we have a unique din halacha l'Moshe Messina that allows the wall to bend. And since it allows the wall to bend, you get more leeway.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, once we know the din, it makes sense. I mean, it's taken for the extra. Yeah. But if it's in the middle, if it's in the middle, you have no David Akuma. So where does it pass the fourth? Now, why four tefachim? We don't know yet. But it makes sense that it's not a kasha. Again, the Mishnah said Dal and Amos, we can understand because that's David Akuma. The Bryce is saying now Dal tefachim. Why? Because it's not at the wall. It's in the middle. Now, why? We still have a kasha. Because why Avir in the middle? 3 tefachim. Basel Slach in the middle, 4 tefachim. Pick your, choose your battle, which that is the next Gemara. But that's part A, and that's beautiful. So far, so clear? Beautiful.
It's clear the pshat, but it's not clear to me how you read it in the Gemara.
Let's read it again.
Bar
Beautiful.
Good.
Good. Bar me. Let's read it. It's actually a hard reading. So let's go back to the dot again. Rav David Yubel Techapa. Now also it's beautiful. Let's read it one more time. It is a hard reading. Again, we're starting from Amar Rabba. The first one in line is Huaim. Amar Rabba. Ashkechintu l'Rabbanan Dvei Rav. I found the Talmidim in the yeshiva of Rav. The Yassi, they were sitting in Kamri. The Talmidim were hacking. What were they hacking? Avir Apostle, you know what the Rebbe said in Yeshiva today? Avir Apostle, Bishleisha, that if I have airspace in my schach, I pass with 3 tefachim. But schach apostle, if I apostle schach in there, paisel ba'arabah tefachim. Period. That's what Rabbah heard the Yeshiva in Rav hacking. Va'amina lehu ana. And Rabbah, like, you wanted to sit there, enjoy your lunch, and get some good gishmaka hak. And Yena Rav comes over and just drives right in. Like, well, leave us alone. We're hacking, But okay, Rabbah dove in. And Rabbah said, I don't understand, guys. Avir de Baisel B'Shleisha. Your Rebbe Rav said that Avir apostles with 3. Where did you get that from, Minalechu? Where do you know that from? Ditanan. From our Mishnah. Here, guess what? Asks Rabbah to the Talmidim. Schach pasel nami. Should also pasel when you have 4 amos. Why? The same Mishnah said. The Amruli and the Talmidim said, Paramina dahi. Don't ask from that Mishnah, except that case. Why can you not ask from that Mishnah? The Rav Ushmuel Amri Tervayu, they explain our Mishnah. The reason you have up until 4 amos is Mishom Doifen Akuma Naguba. Cause of Doifen Akuma. And you only can have Doifen Akuma if the schach puzzle is by the wall. If the schach puzzle is in the middle, that's where you'll have Dalit Tfachim. Beautiful. I skipped one? Go back. I sort of blew through it. I'm sorry. A house that's opened up on top of Sikach al Gabov, and you put the schach of the open area. If there is from the schach to the wall, Dalit Amos Psula. So that's the kasha. There should be 4 amos. The Amruli and the Talmidim responded to me, Bar Mina Dahi.
So then where did you learn how
Don't answer that case. We're going to get there in a moment. In 1 second. To Ravu Shmuel Amri Tervayu, Misham Doifen Akuma Naguba. Period. Rabbah is not finished. So we have teretz number 1. Don't ask from our Mishnah, because our Mishnah is Doifen Akuma, and that's only on the wall. Whereas Dalit Tfachim that Rav said over in Yeshiva is not against the wall. Va'amina lehu ana, va'amina, and lehu ana, I said to them. Rabbah continues asking the Talmidim, ma ilu ika, if there was schach pasol pachis merba. Let's say the following case, Rabbah asks the Talmidim. You have a little bit less than 4 tefachim of schach pasel. And as well, in the middle,
Okay.
and right next door to it, you have the avir pachos b'shloisha. You have airspace less than 3. So far, is everything good? Everything's kosher. I have 2.9 airspace is kosher. I have 3.9 schach pasel is kosher. Okay, so far, so good. If you look at your pictures, you should have a beautiful picture over there. Next page, flip over to the top. You should have a beautiful picture right there. Right here. No, not right there. Not right there. Not right there. No, we skipped the page. Keep going. Right here, this page. On the bottom of page 59, it says 2.9 and 3.9.
Wow. This hole should not be doifin akuma. Why is it okay?
No. Again,
Middle.
Airspace in the middle passes at 3 tvachim. So you have less than 3 tvachim, you have 2.9, so it's kosher, and your schach pasul, you have less than 4 tvachim, so it's kosher.
Airspace on the side is.
So far, we have not been machalik in airspace. Airspace, all we learned in the Mishnah is airspace has a 3 tvachim limit. Why, what, here, and when? We don't know that yet.
What?
The Mishnah didn't say anything, it just said 3 tvachim. The picture happened to have had it on the side, which was misleading, but we didn't say anything about that yet.
Okay, yeah.
So now, ready for the brain tweezer?
3.9 is also kosher.
Kosher, because that's a 4. Now they're next door to each other. What is the din? Kshira. It's kosher, right? Asks Rabbah, what happens? Malya for the word mala, you fill up bishfudin. You fill up that airspace with shfudim, which is pasul schach. What happens? Psula. You have, next picture. One second. You have 2.9 of air. You have 3.9 of schach pasul. And then you go and you add 1 dot more of schach pasul. What happens?
Now you have 4.
4. So what's the din? Pasul. Asks Rabbah, that makes no sense, misvara. Lo yehavir airspace. De paisel bishleisha, which passes with 3 tfachim, hischach pasel she paisel be'arba. Cannot be like schach pasel, which passes with 4 tfachim. Meaning, 3 tvachim of air messes you up. You need more schach pasel to mess you up. And somehow, by minimizing your airspace, you're making it more pasel. Asks Rabbah, how is that possible?
Because it's a different din that's puzzling it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
You
Okay.
You reduce the
Good.
number.
Good.
And if you suddenly don't have a hole at all, you still have a
Good.
problem.
So you are correct. Let's just to appreciate his question is it's almost like a kal v'chaymer. Which one is more chamer and which one is more kal? That's the way to understand the question. Pasul schach in its relationship to airspace is more kal because it only passes with more of it, right? So which one is kilu worse for you? Airspace. So ask Ram, you're all right, but let's just appreciate his kasha. He's bringing a point. Let's see weiter. He asked the question: if airspace passes with less, that means it's more chamer. So how could it be? It's counterintuitive. We'd call it in English. It's neged haseichel that when I minimize the airspace, it all of a sudden makes it possible. So what do they respond? Let's continue in the Gemara. V'amru, don't worry, the Talmidim, good Israeli Talmud. These guys didn't let the elder rabbi push them around. V'amru, and the Taridim responded, Ihachi, if it's true, L'didach nami da'amrit, according to you, what do you hold, Rabba? What's your big problem with us? That you want to say that schach pasels when?
$4.
Dalit amos. So it says the Talmidim, I'll throw it right back at you. L'didach, according to you, nami da'amrit. Shesach pasel b'arba amos. Guess what? Let's do the exact same case. Ma ilu ika, what if there was schach pasol b'achas me'arba amos, v'avir b'achas mishleisha, ma kisheira. What happens? You do the exact same thing. Malya b'shvudim ma psula. So say the Talmidim back to Rav, I don't understand. Lo ye'avir ha'paisol b'shleisha schach pasol ha'paisol b'arba amos. They took the kasha and they throw it right back into Rabba's face.
It's even more of a question.
It's even more because it's much bigger.
Very
good. Very good. What does Rabba respond? So Rabba, 2 lines to the bottom, responds. Hi, what's going on? Whoa. Slow down. Chevra. Don't think you got me over here. Shlom Didi. According to me, I don't have any questions. Why not? Because Arba Amos is why. Says Rabbah. You know why Arba Amos is puzzle? Mishum shiura, v'lev shiuru. Dalit Amos is doifen akuma. It's Allah l'moishim Sinai, as the Tab Rashi says, and therefore Mishum
That's basically
Shira.
my answer
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah. Good.
You hit the
Very
You
good.
hit the psal.
Good.
Hit the
Which
psal.
basically we just bring out the problem is. Very good. But that's basically Rabbi's teretz. Again, Mishum Shira v'lav Shirahu. Hi, lav Shiru. Even to lo Shabbos Shirayu ladadi, loy mitzdarfi. But now here's the punchline. Elo lididcho. According to you, Talmidim of Rav, the Amri, to what do you hold? That the shear of Schach Pasal again is what? Dalit Fachim. And that's not, Rabbah now says, guess what, guys? There's no Lach L'Mush Misina that says Dalit Fachim. And therefore, Mishom Haflaga. So why did the Schach Pasal mess you up? Because of the separation between the Schach. So after the whole long-winded discussion, which of course all the Mefarshim wonder, it's a funny way of talking over here, but Rabbah asks, Mali is poling B'Schach Pasal, Mali is poling B'Schach Kosher, Va'avir. Basically, what? Puzzle Va'avir. Thank you. Rabba's question is very simple. If I hold down an Amais, you can't ask me any questions. Like you all wanted to Taina. $3.9, 4 is dollars, and finish. Good luck, shine. But if you don't hold so why do you hold 4 tvachim is a brown? Because there's a space between your schach. So basically his question is, so why with airspace is it 3 tvachim? And this is 4 tvachim. The way he asks it is, well, when you put the two next door to each other, something doesn't work here. Because together it's more than 4. So what, now that you added in a job more and you make the airspace less, now it's possible? It should have been possible before. That is Rabba's Gevaldika Kasha on Rav. And that's really where
So you're saying so from point A to Kashtak, point B of Kashtak, that here
correct. That's Rabba's Kasha.
He's saying if your problem
Yes,
is sports,
yes, yes. That's exactly Rabba's Kasha. And when you're telling me that Avir is 3 Tfachim, and this is 4 Tfachim, so I got a good chap, I have 2.9, I have 3.9, I fill it in. I was saying, what are you doing? The whole issue is that the two are too far from each other. It's too far in Kol Tov. Says the Gemara. Omar Leah Baye. So now we're actually we're gonna stop here. We're holding right now is Rabbah has a Gavaldik Kasha on Rav. And now the Gemara is going to continue with Abaya is going to ask back on Rabbah. And through this, we're going to get all the dinim. Klar b'siyata dishmaya.